off. So if you haven't ridden a bike in a while, I wouldn't recommend probably doing the 22 miles, but there's some nice turnaround points along the way, and we'll have a map showing that.
Sponsored by the Riverbend Bicycle Club, and Randy, you were saying that the proceeds from this benefit the Bicycle Club.
They support the club and our mission. The mission of the club is to promote bicycling in this area, and we do that through advocacy. We promote trails. We have a good trail system here in Clinton. We should be proud of that. And we promote that extension of those trails. And we promote cycling in the community. We have events throughout the year that are open to the public where we maybe we'll have a picnic, we'll grill, and it's designed to get people out on bicycles. And we think it's a good way to enjoy the outdoors, and you get some health benefits at the same time. So that's why the mission of the club is to promote bicycling.
How active of a club is it? How many members, any idea, ballpark figure, how many people are involved?
We have a local contingent of around 40 members. We also have a lot of people who don't live locally who belong to the club. They take advantage of our RAGBRAI sponsorship, or maybe that's not the right terminology, but we are a charter member of the RAGBRAI, and we have a tour that's affiliated with RAGBRAI, and to get on that tour you have to belong to the club. So we get people who join the club for that purpose, and they don't live locally.
So again, the Icicle Bicycle coming up on Saturday, and of course, as you mentioned, rain, snow, hopefully some sun. But I would think wind is probably more of a factor at this time of year. You always like to have that wind at your back, don't you, Randy?
You do 50% of the time. But yeah, wind is probably the main thing. If it's not raining, the wind is bad in your face. So if you're going to come out, from personal experience, I can tell you, your hands and your feet are going to get the coldest. So dress accordingly. Have a good pair of hand warmers or gloves, and do something to protect your feet.
So you start north and then come back, right?
Right.
Okay,
right.
so it should be okay. I think the wind's generally out of the north at this time of year, so you should be okay. If people would like to find out more about the Riverbend Bicycle Club, how can they best do that, Andy?
There's a website set up, RBBCClinton.org, and it'll have all the information to get registered. And we also have a QR code if someone would like to purchase a T-shirt or sweatshirt as well, that they can shoot on their phone if they'd like to do that.
Is there any pre-registration involved, or should they just register that morning?
Either or. We prefer people to pre-register if they'd like to do that, but you can also register or get registered the morning of, and it'll be down at the bicycle station, Jensen Oil on Main Avenue at 218, I believe.
218 Main Avenue.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll be taking registrations there as well.
Okay, again, any other things you guys want to pass along before we let you go? Have you been doing much biking at all, Randy?
Well, there was a stretch of good weather, and whereas Andy rode across Florida, I rode down to Comanche to the credit union, so that's my effort for the year so far.
Of course, you and I used to compete against each other in road races.
We did.
I do not bicycle. What got you into biking?
You can cover more ground in less time. And I just feel better. It's not as hard on my joints as the running is.
I'm more of a walker now myself. So RAGBRAI, you've done RAGBRAI?
I've done portions of RAGBRAI, yes I have. And if you've never done it, I would encourage you to maybe the first year to do a day or two of it, just to get the experience of being in a massive crowd of people on the road. It's kind of a very uplifting experience to see that, and it's just a good time.
Andy, I know you're a veteran of RAGBRAI. What's the experience been like for you on that ride?
It's enjoyable, but I agree with Randy that you got to get acclimated to riding in a large group, and you want to be careful as well when you get 10,000 people riding in a group, and it's well organized by the state, and it's a nice ride.
So it's not going to be 10,000 this Saturday, but hopefully there will be a good turnout. How many numbers do you normally get for something like this?
So that's really weather dependent.
Yeah.
I've seen years where we've had 125 riders, and then we've had years where there's 9 inches of snow on the ground, and we've had 6 riders.
You two and 4 others, right? All right, very good. Again, if people want to find out more, how can they best do that, Andy?
RBBCClinton.org is our website. They can look and gather information there. The ride is all in Iowa. Historically, it did go over the bridge, but we've eliminated that. So we ride from the north end of Clinton down up to Comanche, if you want to go that far. And it's all pretty much trail, and we'll have it marked along the way.
Okay, so you're going down to Comanche and then back.
Yep.
Okay, so you're not going into the north at the
Right.
start. You're heading south. All right, very good. Hey, thank you both for coming in, and let's hope the weather's nice.
Sure, Gary.
Thank you.
It's time to start thinking of filling those Easter baskets with something very unique. That's why J&C Rocks and More of Fulton is giving